injured during clashes between law enforcement and protesters in Memphis, Tennessee Wednesday night. Some 300 demonstrators took to the streets to protest the shooting death of 20-year-old Brandon Weber, which took place earlier in the day in the Frazier community in North Memphis. Weber was shot and killed by U.S. Marshals on Wednesday as authorities tried to arrest him. They say he was wanted on multiple warrants. According to officials, Weber rammed his vehicle into squad cars several times before getting out of his vehicle with a weapon. That's when officers opened fire. The TBI is now handling the case.
Preliminary information indicates that at approximately 7 p.m., multiple officers with the United States Marshal Service Gulf Coast Regional Fugitive Task Force encountered a male wanted on multiple warrants outside of a home in the 2700 block of Durham Street as he was getting into a vehicle. While attempting to stop the individual, he reportedly rammed his vehicle into the officers' vehicles multiple times before exiting with a weapon. The officers fired, striking and killing the individual. No officers were injured.
Officials say Wednesday's demonstrations turned violent when protesters started throwing rocks and bricks at police officers and vandalizing police cars. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland said 6 officers who were injured were taken to hospitals. In a statement, he added, "Let me be clear, the aggression shown toward our officers and deputies tonight was unwarranted." 2 reporters on the scene were also injured. Residents in this working-class community expressed their frustration with a growing number of black men dying in police-related shootings.
Just officers involved shooting, period. It's too many of our young black brothers being killed, and as of right now, nobody can't tell us nothing, and it's a serious situation. I've never seen this many MPD police on any crime scene in Memphis, Tennessee ever in my life. I've been here 44 years, and I know something ain't right.
Meanwhile, friends who knew Weber describe him on social media as an honors student who is attending the University of Memphis and trying to make a difference. Reporting in Washington, Ashley Banks, RT.
Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem, and the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I'm going to give a shout out to the Akim that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the 4 corners of the earth, also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and to the confusion of face, Akim with Akwaf, you brothers and sisters whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like one of the heathen nations you're scattered amongst. Same to if your seed line goes back to one of these tribes. Let me wait till it pop back up. One of these tribes, let me see, hold on. Goes back to one of these tribes through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word and truth, and you can receive it, to the confusion of face, brothers and sisters, if any of these apply, you are Israelites, though you do look a little different. To the elect of the nation of Israel, where it may be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, who this word is going out to. Same to the few Akwaf, and once again, you sisters that do listen and learn, to the elect also, that is listening out there, you know, who's being woken up by this word. Shalom to both. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you are the Hebrew Israelites, the true Jews of the Bible. Okay, not the true Jews, but yeah. Okay, the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people, the Most High Yahweh, and the Son Yahushua, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay? And I just played this clip basically in Memphis. Basically, you have another so-called black man, you know, being gunned down by the police, Esau, you know, and his police force. Esau eating the so-called white man. Okay, and I'm just get straight to the point. So because the Lord is bringing, okay, the tension's at an all-time high. So okay. And it's the curse. Let me go to Deuteronomy 28. Let me go to the curses real quick. Because the dude said, the Judite, he said he don't understand why this is happening. This why it's happening. This is one of the curses Deuteronomy 28:15, but it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay? So if you Israelites broke the law, statutes, and commandments, his was one of the many, okay, of them. Okay? This Deuteronomy 28:25, the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Okay? These heathen nations. Okay? And that's what you see, our people, okay, mainly the so-called Negro, okay, being, shot down, gunned down in the streets by Esau. And thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them and shall be removed in all kingdoms of the earth. Okay? So that's one. Okay? And that's the thing. In the society, it says, this is Romans 8:36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Okay? And that's how our people are. Okay? Our people will kill all the day long, whether it's by each other, which is also a curse. Deuteronomy 28:56. By enemies, mainly Esau, even so-called white man. Okay? By his police force, by his genetically modified food. Okay? And just chemtrails, everything, man. All levels, man. We are killed all the day long here in Babylon the Great, America. Okay? But this the time we in. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. I'm just get straight to the point. I start at the 5th verse. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to cast away, a time to run, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're in the time of what? Hate. Okay? Everybody, basically racial intentions between the nations, all nations, mainly the Edomites, the so-called white race, and Jacob, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's a rise in hate crimes, man. Okay, hate is at an all-time high right now. Okay, and we're also in the time of war. Okay, but the Lord is gonna let Jacob loose on these heathens, man. Okay. Matthew 24. Okay. And 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, which means the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes, and dire places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Nations shall rise against nation, right? That's race wars, man. It also tells you in 2nd Esdras, okay, the 15th chapter, okay, the 14th verse on down, for nations shall fight against, for one people shall fight against another people, okay? That's the race wars, man. And that's what you're seeing build up, okay? And Judah is being roused up. This is Genesis 49:9. Judah, that's you so-called Negroes, is a lion's whelp. from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, right? Because our people here in this society, okay, from coming over here via slave ships, cargo slave ships, our people have gotten comfortable in society. But now this is happening. He is a couch as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? And Esau is rousing them up, okay, by his police killings, okay? Just like it says in Zechariah 11:5, okay? How our possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And that's Jake is on edge about that. And when Jake rises up, when Judah rises up, because Judah is the head tribe of all the 12 tribes of Israel, what? The rest of the tribes rise up, okay? They follow behind, okay, the tribe of Judah, even without realizing it, okay? So Esau is rousing them up. And the Lord's going to let, okay, 2/3 of our people, even though they will perish on this side, okay, get their hands on Esau, man. Even the elect, okay? This is Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, right? And raised up thy sons, O Zion. Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans, the house, okay, also known as Joseph. They are the head of the northern kingdom, okay, the northern tribes, okay. So you got the house of Judah, which is the so-called Negroes, the so-called the house of Judah being Judah, okay, the so-called Negroes, the West Indies, the Benjamites, the so-called West Indies, and the Levites, the Haitians. Those are all the house of Judah. And the Ephraim is the so-called Latin tribes with the Native American tribes, okay. And raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man, right? And who was the sons of Greece? That's the Edomites, man, the so-called white people, man. Okay? So that's what's coming. The race wars in time of Jacob's trouble. The Lord's going to let, okay, the tribes have at you Edomites, man. The rest of you heathens, man. But mainly you Edomites, man, because you Edomites have been putting the most hell on our people, man. You continue to do so, okay? And get away with it, man. So the Lord's going to let, okay, his people, okay, have at it, man, when all hell breaks loose, okay? When the society collapse. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrows shall go forth as lightning, and the Lord shall blow the trumpet, and shall go whirlwind to the south, man, okay? So point being is, you know, let me get this. And this was going to happen, man, when this happened. Okay? This is Micah 2:4. And that day shall one take up a parable against you, that's you Edomites, and lament with a doleful lamentation, say, we utterly be spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people, how he removed me from me. Turn away, he hath divided our fields. Okay? So you Edomites, man, you going to be terrified, man, when you see Jake, okay, busting, when there ain't no food out here, and you see Jake, okay, busting your house, man, robbing you, man, even killing you in these streets, man, when all hell breaks loose. And Jacob's trouble, man. Because that's what's coming, man. You're going to be terrified, man. Ain't going to be no more 911. Ain't going to be no more hiding in your gated communities, man. All that's going to be over with in Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? So that's my lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying. Call her Lord, Yahweh Shemi Awashah. Shalom to the elect.